As many of you know, it's Veterans Day weekend, and the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Veterans Day is those hot deals! Oh, look what's in the news! Veterans Day deals and freebies! In conjunction with USA Today, these businesses are saying thanks to vets in the best way possible with these freebies and deals. Ihop restaurant, free patriotic pancakes, free small order of wings and a side of fries. Small order, okay? Don't be greedy. And free beer at participating locations. Some of them were like, listen, appreciate your service. I just can't do the beer. I can't do the free beer. But if you visit IHOP, you get free patriotic pancakes. They're extra patriotic because it's made with the tears of veterans who died waiting for their services to come through. You can always count on America and America consumerism to turn any serious occasion into the best sale of the year. But stuff like this kind of just shows you how unserious people are about Veterans Day. And if only the US government took care of their veterans as well as fucking IHOP, we might be better off as a society. Now, I've always personally considered it one of the greatest blessings of my life that I've belonged to a generation that was never drafted. It was never thrust into a war. And I feel like it's easy to look at Veterans Day as some super nationalistic holiday. It's very easy to make the mistake between the war and those who were thrust into it as tools of our government and our society. You can disagree with the war. You can never want to go to war as a society. But at the same time, you must respect and value the people who were thrust into an absolute living hell and the experiences they had. I recently saw this clip of Joe Biden and his story about an interaction with a soldier that I thought was really interesting. I'd like you guys to see it.
I found myself in Iraq being asked by General Ordiano, a 4-star, to pin a silver medal on a young captain who had pulled someone out of a burning Humvee, risking his life. And when I went to pin it on him in front of the entire brigade, he stood at me, looked at me, and said, "Sir, I don't want the medal. I don't want the medal." You know why? He said, "He died. He died, Mr. Vice President. I don't want the medal." How many nights does that kid go to sleep? Seeing that image in his head, dealing with it. 52,419 wounded. But as a veteran can tell you, over 200,000 coming home with unseen wounds.
I think when people think of veterans and casualties, they often think of the death count and the wound count. But as Joe Biden really illuminated is that most of the injuries people coming back with are unseen wounds. I mean, it's just a fact that veterans are 55% more likely to commit suicide than normal civilians. And there's 22 veteran suicides in this country every day. That's one person killing himself every hour. Funny thing about like PTSD is that only in like the last 50 years did people even think it was a thing. If you came back and you showed emotion or you showed that you were hurt or scarring, people saw you as weak. And in the military, you know, it's this whole bravado, this whole soldier attitude. Showing weakness is something that a soldier's not supposed to do. And so coming back home with these injuries that are really real, people out here killing themselves. More people die of suicide every year in the military than they do out in Iraq and Afghanistan. There's more casualties of war from people taking their own lives. This morning I was listening to Weekend Edition, a really short excerpt of a Vietnam veteran explaining a situation when he just saw his best friend drop dead next to him. And it gave me a really interesting insight, so simply put, into how PTSD affects people. And it's so easy to come back home and never be able to readjust. Listen to this clip.
During Vietnam, and I very seldom speak of this, we had walked into an ambush, and one of my friends had been killed. And I stopped to look at his body. And my sergeant came up to me and said, "We have to keep moving forward. That's why we have medics. The medic will get them. I had to go against everything I've learned growing up as regards to having feelings for people. In order to survive, I had to learn to detach. And unfortunately, not everyone has learned to reconnect.
I think that's the perfect explanation. It's so simply and beautifully put. When you go to war, you have to rewire your brain yourself to live in such like an impossible nightmare, such an impossible hellish environment. To leave your best friend dead without even a moment to mourn him or check on him or see if he's okay. You rewire your brain. And a lot of people, when they come back, it's not that easy to just wire it back on and live a normal life. And in a way, even though you can disagree with the war, hate the war, you have to respect the people who went out there, who died, who were injured, and who brought back this trauma. The unseen wounds, as Joe Biden said.
We have a lot of obligations. We only have one sacred obligation: to care for those we send to war and to care for them and their families when they come home. We have obligations to the elderly and the poor and everyone. That's the only sacred obligation we have.
And that's why when I see stuff like this that always props up, you hear these horror stories, it's just so fucked up. 300,000 veterans may have died awaiting Veterans Affairs health care. Because we can't even afford to give our veterans the treatment they deserve, the respect they deserve. But hey guys, we got fucking pancakes at Ihop. You know what I mean? It's like, as Joe Biden said, it's the one sacred duty, the one sacred obligation. And I agree with him. Because if you, as a country, make the decision to send anybody off to go die and fight for you, then you better fucking take care of them too when they get home. And I am not a nationalistic person. I am not war. I am so anti-war. But if we as a country decide to send someone off, you better take care of their ass when they get home. And that isn't just included to free pancakes at IHOP once a year. Although that is very generous. It's been a long time since we've had a major war, and I hope that it never happens again. But it's important for on days like this to reflect on the real human cost, the real societal cost. You know, it's not glorious, it's not beautiful, and the pancakes are dope. But I just think that if you ask a veteran, between the free pancakes and having post-traumatic stress, they probably, well, I can't speak for everyone, but probably I imagine they'd pick not having the PTSD. The pancakes is a nice consolation though. Anyway guys, not the funniest fucking episode ever, but this is something that I care about, and I hope that, you guys catch some bomb-ass sales today on Veterans Day. Go pick up a new mattress, 50% off. What's with mattress sales on Veterans Day? They're trying to sling this shit all day.
It's the Veterans Day Mattress Sale.
It's Grand's Veterans Day Mattress Sale.
Veterans Day Mattress Sale.
The biggest Veterans Day mattress sale.
It's Veterans Day Mattress Sale.
Rest your depressed fucking war-torn ass on this mattress. 50% off. Comes with buffalo wings. Don't forget to go out there and buy some shit too while you're at it, because, we gotta keep the economy moving, guys. So, thanks for watching. We appreciate you, and we'll be seeing you next time.
Tired of waiting for the right time to get a new mattress? Now's your chance. It's Grand's Veterans Day Mattress Sale. This is your chance to get huge discounts on Sealy and Serta mattresses. Get this Sealy mattress in any size, twin, full, queen, even king, for only $99 each piece.